You can visualize winning, you win. If you visualize losing, you lose. You know, I always tell you that I do things in dimensions. So first I have to visualize the perfect dream. In the perfect dream, because it's a dream, nothing's wrong. It's perfect. And if there's somebody around me telling me that's something that's going to distract me from my perfect dream, they got to get away from me. I don't want to hear any doubt in this dimension. The next dimension, I put it on paper. It's a second dimension. So I have to be able to think it so I can write it. And then I make it happen.
Okay. And you also said that as soon as you stand still, everything else will.
That's real.
Elaborate on that just a little.
Once you stand still, so will everything else. You know this. It's just, I feel like you gotta stay motivated out here, whatever you're doing. If you're not doing nothing that motivates you, fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? For me, my motivation comes from doing what I love to do. So I'm gonna keep going at it. I'm gonna keep moving at it. I'm gonna keep, climbing higher and higher because that's my choice. And when you stand still, how can you expect to move? How can you expect change? Mm-hmm. How can you expect progression? The progression comes from taking risks. Progression comes from taking chances. You know what I mean? Success comes from failing. Like you can't win without taking an L. That's impossible.
Swear to God, that's how it was. You can't be worried about nobody else. You trying to keep over somebody else, you always gonna fall off on your shit. You trying to keep over somebody else. You gotta stay in your whole lane and keep pushing, keep moving forward. Like this, bro, this is what I'm able to do. I'm finna do this shit till this shit work for me.
And if you let them feed you, you give them permission to starve you, man.
That's a good one.
That you let them feed you.
Straight up.
You wrote that in that big fast Bible? That's what you wrote in there?
You let them feed you, you give them permission to starve you, man. And you don't give nobody permission to starve you. You don't give nobody permission to take food out your family mouth. And every day you're not building wealth, you giving them the permission to starve you. Every day you're not learning some shit that's going to change your life, you giving them permission to starve you. Every day you get up and you see this ain't the life you want, you giving them permission to starve you because you ain't working toward changing that shit. And I mean you accepting that shit. If you accepting that shit, you can't blame nobody else but yourself. So if you allow them to feed you, giving them permission to starve you, man. Word from the trap. Yeah.
I don't understand losing. I understand fighting till I'm winning. It just means it's a longer fight. It's not like it's a game where it's like you got a certain amount of minutes and then it's over. It's over when I win. It's not over till I win. Everything else just is training for me. But I can't see a loss.
We got to be cool with like starting off at the beginner level. Like we got to be okay with saying, this shit not going to make me a lot of money right now, but if I keep it up, the shit going to make me a lot of money. Right? So you think, again, hustling, like you don't start off the man, you start off getting 2 for 1. I get a nigga $10, nigga give me $2, I sell it $2. I get $2, get a nigga, I will get 4, 2 for 1. Like I started off like that. Then I work my way up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I started. Like
everything a grind.
Everything gotta be a grind. Like we wanna change our mind, be like, nope, I wanna invest $100, I want that shit to be $1 million. Bro, that ain't how this shit work, fam. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's good though to start that way, bank, but then you start, okay, this shit cool. Now let me go to another level.
You know, celebrating every win is important. I celebrate every win. There's no losses. Those are learning experiences. But I always celebrate the W's. Always celebrate every W. Don't let nothing go without being celebrated.